Why do people end their emails with ellipses? How people express tone through text punctuation will vary. There's nothing inherent to three little dots that makes it necessarily the case that it's passive-aggressive. The people writing that way habitually might just think of it as replicating into text the way they might trail off softly at the end of a spoken sentence. Gen X loves an unnecessary ellipses. There is a boomer dude I side gig for his version of ellipses? Like why? They sound like they were talking, stopped in the middle of a sentence, and just sat there staring off into space. They think it sounds kinder and less formal. It's the same reason women put exclamation marks at their end of their sentences in emails. You're welcome. I'm a great fan of ellipses, but only when completed or for comedic effect. With formal emails, I'm with you that it just seems weird, unless there's something else they are trying to say. Ellipses in emails can serve as a subtle cue for tone or tradition. In some contexts, it might signal a softer, more contemplative tone, while in others, it could denote a trailing off or unfinished thought. It means open-ended, more info to add, or info omitted. Some people also use it as a passive question mark. Others just use it in place of proper grammar. It's a generational thing. Internet language is still evolving, and quickly. I'm guilty. My meaning is more along the lines of, your thoughts, am I missing something? I used that to say this conversation isn't over, there's more to come. To me it always meant I'm listening, or like an invite to chat back and forth. I picture someone standing there grumpily with their hands on their hips asking you for things. Why wasn't this done? Equals normal question, why wasn't this done equals, YTF did you not do this task like you were supposed to? I work in corporate project management, and emails take up most of my day. Ellipses in a friendly sentence that just trails off are fine. Ellipses in task-related emails are usually done to convey a level of impatience. We call those spicy emails lol. I saw a post that said Gen X loves ellipses. The joke was that we got so used to just trailing off when we realized that no one was listening to us. Just imagine the person trailing off while speaking. That's what I mean when I use them. This is a young person vs old person thing. For older folks like myself, the just represents a thoughtful pause as if you and I were having a conversation, get it? For young, it comes off as passive-aggressive, apparently not sure why, honestly. I never read that deep into it. It's similar to how us old folks came up texting on phones where you had to press 66,655 to type out OK, so we just resorted to 55, or K, but evidently that is also condescending or something to young people, or so I've been told. It merely implies an unfinished though. Because they are over 45. My generation, Gen XL, and while I'm hesitant to speak for a whole generation, I just say that to me ellipsis means that there's more left unsaid, and you can draw your own conclusions to the statement that precedes the ellipsis. If it's in the subject line, it's to increase the of the recipient opening the email. This also works in taglines for online dating profiles. For me, it's a habit, both good and bad depending on the situation, and I use ellipses quite frequently. I do wonder if sometimes I use them to unconsciously track when I've stopped my thought to think more about why I use them. And as for ending emails, maybe it makes people more likely to respond.